Amber.
I'm Ephraim.
And we are the Blondies. Welcome back. Yeah, this is episode 3. It's very exciting. Just finished up with Ephraim's birthday week.
This is episode 4.
No,
Technically,
it's episode 3.
It's the 4th episode we've recorded, but it's
Yeah.
episode 3.
Yeah, so,
And this one's recorded in order now.
yes, we're finally getting back to order.
We were in.
Ephraim's birthday episode was recorded first.
That was our first technically recorded episode ever, because technically that
Well,
introduction was a trailer kind of thing to
yeah,
what
but
to
that was
expect.
our first recorded
Yeah.
introductions.
Yeah, so
But then, as far as episodes go, like, not episode 0, episode 2 was recorded before episode 1, but
Yeah.
recorded on the same day.
yeah, we recorded those on the same day just so we could be ahead, though I haven't edited yet. So
And that one goes up today.
yes, it does. So, well, I figured I'd talk about,
And we have
since
a
it's
party
my
tonight.
episode, yeah, party.
It's Ephraim's birthday party tonight that he's sharing with his best friend Maddie. So
Yes.
that's how far behind we are. Technically, Ephraim's not even 16 when we're recording this yet, even though we've already celebrated his 16th birthday. Woo woo. It's on Monday. We're recording this on Friday.
Yes.
So like 3 days.
So,
we keep cutting TJ off.
yeah, you do. Thanks. That's
My
why
pleasure.
yeah. So,
My pleasure will probably always be ingrained in your brain, by the by.
yes, it will. He's a Chick-fil-A employee if you didn't know
I've
already.
seen so many people that used to work at Chick-fil-A and they still say my pleasure.
My
Yeah,
pleasure.
I think it's ingrained in every Chick-fil-A employee's brain. But anyway, talking about Chick-fil-A, I think they have a restaurant in California.
That was not a good segue. That was like the worst segue that ever was a segue of segues.
This
That's
is
just
true.
not
Learn from
okay.
mine.
This is true. This is not okay.
Wow.
But yes, I'll get good on my segue game. But segue game? Segue? Is that the right
Put your
word?
knees together
Segue.
and start going
Segue.
forward.
When I say segue, I think of the little
The little carts
hoverboard
that
with the
you
little-
ride.
yeah, like the little
Segways,
anyway.
wait, Segways have the handles, right?
Yes,
the-
segways are the ones with the handles. The
Okay.
ones that are
Without the handles are hoverboards.
hoverboards. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Though I want a one wheel instead. Anyway.
What?
Yes, I
Yeah, one
prefer a
wheels are
one
more
wheel.
fun.
Okay,
Okay.
California. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's been a mass exodus.
I have noticed.
Yes, we've
I
all
haven't.
noticed in different. Amber and I have noticed in different aspects. Ephraim's the one that's
Ephraim's life
clueless.
is unchanged.
Yes, Ephraim
Not
is
that my life
clueless.
is changed by the mass exodus from California
Right.
that's starting, but Ephraim's life is completely unchanged
Yeah.
from the mass exodus.
Well, I mean, all I knew of people who were moving was Matt Pat because he always mentions it in his videos because his wife is always like, I grew up where Mr. Beast grew up,
Yeah.
and I'm so cool.
So yeah, like
Is Mr. Beast from South Carolina or North Carolina?
North
Did we
Carolina.
He
ever?
went to a North Carolina high school.
Okay.
okay. So I always thought he was South Carolina, but anyway,
That's who thought it was South Carolina. I was pretty
He
sure he
moved
was
there.
based in Greensboro or something.
he is based in Greenville, I believe, South Carolina, or he was at some
Yeah,
point.
he's
yeah.
based in-
Greenville, South Carolina, or
Yeah, there's a Greenville.
Greensboro, North Carolina?
I'm pretty sure there's a Greenville, South Carolina. Yeah.
And,
Well, there is a Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, that's where he was originally based when he started his YouTube, as far as I know. But it's not life changing
What?
to us, but we have noticed. What?
Oh, Shama too.
Shama.
Because-
Oh my word!
What?
Ephraim.
Shama is starting to blow up. Like,
What's
Okay,
Shama?
so
Who's
he's-
Shama?
You've got to
Ooh.
explain that to
Shama.
Amber.
so he did like the VeggieTales remix song, the Chick-fil-A, but it's Sunday song, and now he's blowing up with his little Christian skits, and people are calling him he's blaspheming or whatever, even though he's making fun of Christians, even though he's a Christian.
Yeah, he's not my favorite, honestly. I
He's
mean,
my
he was
favorite.
good.
He's
So is
so
he like a
funny.
comedian like John Christ, or is he
Yeah.
like?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
he's like the new John Christ. He's like the millennial John Christ. Like, not that John Christ.
I
John
don't think
Christ
you
is a
know what a
millennial.
millennial is.
That's
He's
what
the
A
Gen-
millennial is me. A millennial's not a Gen Z.
Gen Z. Yeah, Gen Z is us. Like, yeah, I guess he would be more so Gen Z. But
I thought
anyway,
you were Gen X.
no.
No, I'm a
no.
millennial.
She's more towards the middle of the millennials, aren't you?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
millennials are a little bit younger than me still too, but not much.
Yeah, because like it was 85 to
don't-
95, wasn't it?
No, I don't know. Maybe
Oh well, yeah. But
we're pretty much all getting into our 30s now, so
yeah, pretty
you
much.
know that's what it is.
Shama's
Already
26.
in or getting there.
Yeah. So not life-changing to us that everyone's moving to California. To get back onto the subject, Ephraim and Amber, but whatever.
But that's our
That's our thing.
style.
Yeah, we are very
We go on bunny
abstract.
trails.
Yeah, because it's like all the segues and everything like that.
I'm so confused.
To get back
Yeah.
on track, but here we go again.
Yes.
We're just gonna jump down something else.
Tesla, the one that I've noticed, the company that I've noticed move out of California, and they're moving to Texas actually, which is cool because I might actually be able to get a Tesla faster if I ever have the money. Not that I will,
Texas
but
still doesn't have power, I think.
no, they do.
What do
They
you
have
mean?
power. The whole outage back in February.
Oh yeah.
No, they definitely have power now. But Tesla, who I love electric cars and everything about them. I never probably will be able to afford one for another 20 years, but
Prius.
they're moving. Okay, Ephraim, no. Priuses are fine, but we're just going to stop there.
He told me his second dream car is a Prius because it's so good on gas mileage. He drives in neutral most of the time.
Yes, I throw my car into neutral down hills. Yes. We're not going to talk about it. Okay, in my defense, I have gotten my gas mileage up from 32 to 37. 37. Okay, that's 5 extra miles to the gallon. Come on now. You gotta give me some credit there.
You drive in neutral.
You gotta give me some
All right,
credit. You
walking
gotta give
away
me some
from the
credit.
subjects. We're walking away from that subject.
You gotta give me some credit. Anyway, Tesla. So Tesla handles their deliveries in a sense that whoever's closest to the factory that they're making stuff, it's the cars first. So now that they're just a little bit closer to North Carolina, I mean, that is closer, isn't it?
They don't have dealerships.
No, they
No,
don't. They go
they
straight
ship
from
the
the
cars.
factory. Yeah. Tesla cannot have dealerships.
I thought when Uncle Tim got his Tesla that he went to like a dealership to get it.
That came from a third-party dealership.
Oh, okay.
They bought,
And it was
they
a
bought
used
a
car.
Tesla. Yeah, they bought a Tesla.
He bought a used car.
He either traded. Yeah, it was like new because it only had like.
I thought it had like
sub
no
100.
miles
Yeah,
on
it
it.
had sub 100 miles, and someone traded it in for something at the dealership.
He got it like
So-
20% off.
Yeah, it wasn't
Sweet.
expensive, honestly. So
We don't need to talk about that. That wasn't what I was asking
Yeah.
about. I was really confused that they didn't have dealerships because from all I knew, he went to a dealership to get it. That's
no, I mean it was just traded into the dealership, so they wanted to sell it. So because
Cool.
Tesla, there's some kind of rule that you cannot sell an electric car in a dealership. I don't know much about that, but I do know
Weird.
that's the case.
so
Yeah,
they
it's
ship
weird.
it to
Doesn't-
the buyer.
Either the buyer or if a dealership buys it. A
Doesn't
dealership, I think,
Ford-
can buy it.
But-
Doesn't Ford have an electric car now?
Yeah, they have to sell it
The
directly. They
Mustang.
can't have it on
The
lots.
Mustang is the new electric car. One of
You
the,
call that Mustang a Mustang? That's funny.
I'm just
It's-
saying. No,
yeah.
they call it a Mustang.
you
They call
I
it
mean,
a Mustang.
like it's
not a
an electric
Mustang.
Mustang.
Yeah,
Just
but
because
it's
it
an
doesn't
electric
look like-
hatchback.
I think that
Just because
honestly,
it doesn't look like a Mustang doesn't make it any less a
yeah,
Mustang.
the '80s Mustangs didn't look like Mustangs. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
and
the
they're
80s.
they're
yeah,
like
They are Mustangs.
yeah, no.
they're some people are really crazy about their '80 Mustangs.
Yeah, they're crazy.
I don't like them.
Yeah, they're weird. But yeah, I mean,
Your dream car is a Prius. My dream car is a '65 Mustang. I
Look,
mean, let's
my dream
just be
car. My dream
honest.
car is a Model E. An E. Wow.
A Model E. There you go,
Yay!
Ephraim.
A Model Y. It's a Model Y. My dream car is a Model Y because it's just like I don't know. It's a good all arounder. I can throw a tow package on it for 3,000 pounds. I can get whatever I need around. It's got like 350 miles. I'll get anywhere I need to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
but you always have to charge it
Great
at
gas
home.
mileage. Not even gas. You're not even running on gas at that point.
Yeah.
Honey, you can't just
I
stop
hate when you
anywhere.
say that.
You can't just stop anywhere and get
Honey,
gas.
honey.
You can't just stop anywhere and get gas like a normal car. You have to find
No, you
a
have to
specific...
Superchargers
You have to
are
stop at
15
a
minutes now.
charge station.
Superchargers are 15 minutes
Charge
now.
stations aren't anywhere
how
until you
much?
get into like the major cities. So let me just talk about that. You go to Pennsylvania, guess where you have to start for your charge stations? You have to stop in like DC.
But they're building one
and you
right
have
there
to
in
stop
what's
in-
it called?
What?
In
What?
Binghamton. They're actually building one in Binghamton. They're
When?
putting one in.
When?
I don't
That
know.
doesn't surprise me because Binghamton is a very big corporate.
Yeah,
city.
exactly. I mean, that's only like 20, 30 miles out from Grandma and Grandpa's.
Well,
So
it's still like whenever you get it fully charged, that's still 200. Well, depending on which one you get, if you get a base model, that's only going to leave
Okay.
you like with 110 miles left.
I agree. Look,
It's
there
just his
is
dream
not
car.
an infrastructure for long range electric travel just yet for most people. For niches of people going to certain places, there is, but I get it. I would still have a gas car if I got an electric.
Wait, so
Ooh.
it would be like
Ooh.
it would be like a sports car, so and then you'd have a daily driver.
No, I would have that. That would be my daily
That's-
driver. Literally, the
well,
sports car.
then what's
They
the
would
point of
switch the roles. They would switch roles. If I ever needed to trip, I would take a gas car.
He's saying for long range, he's gonna have multiple
Okay.
cars for different things.
I would have to have 2 cars. Yeah.
I tell you what, is the Model Y the one that looks like a crossover, or what is that one?
Yeah, because it's like it's got a.
They
I
all
think it
look the
has
same.
A hatchback.
Mm.
No, they don't really, Ephraim. Yeah,
I
it's a
want the
little bit
Model
bigger. It's
X.
right there in between the sedan and yeah, it is a crossover. It's right in between the sedan and the minivan kind of
Randy
thing.
and I saw one going through Carthage the other day,
There
and
is a local Model Y owner. I did notice that. Yeah,
what color is it? Because I don't
I
know.
think it's like gray. I don't really remember, but
Yeah,
there
it
is
was like a
someone
gray or
local.
blue or
There's a
something.
Model
Yeah.
X. There's a Model X owner in Sanford.
Is there?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of Teslas around us. Honestly, I'm surprised. Like if you look for them, I literally sit there. I drive down the highway and I say, oh, there's a black Model 3 or there's a gray Model X kind of thing. Like I'll point out each one and I'll say the exact model
Every
of
time we
them.
drive by my uncle's house, look, there's a gray Model 3. Look, there's a gray Model 3. Look, there's a gray
I
Model 3.
don't do that, but okay. I don't go to that extent.
Whatever you say.
Whatever their SUV is, it's look type thing. What is that?
The
Well,
Model
It's a
X
Model
Two.
Y.
Yeah, they have the Model Y and the
No,
Model
it was the
X.
Model X that I saw.
with the
The
Falcon
Model
doors.
X, I liked that.
Yeah, they have the little grill. That's the one that has the tiny little grill on the front. I prefer the Model 3 and Y design though, personally, but to
Mm.
each their own.
I like the Falcon doors. I always, ever since I saw like a Lamborghini, I always want like butterfly doors or Falcon doors. I
So
think they
ever
look
since
really
you
cool.
watched
Back to the
Back to the
Future.
Future, you were
Yeah.
like, I've got to have that.
I think I saw one before Back to the Future.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
TJ was such a nerd watching Back to the Future when he was so young.
Dude,
I
I
don't-
was 7
the
years
only-
old and I started watching
I
Back
only
to the
remember
Future.
watching Back to the Future when I was like 11.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't ever
That
remember watching it
surprises me.
because it geeks out too much for me. I'm just like,
yeah,
nope.
it's literally.
Nope.
I think you could consider it like the sort of the Ready Player One before Ready Player One came out.
See, Ready Player One was good. I don't really like.
It wasn't a great movie.
What, Ready Player One?
Yeah, I
It
like
was
the,
it
I
was
like the
fan
mean,
look.
service. It was
I
fan
like it.
service. Let's be honest.
I like it. I
was
just, I didn't.
fine.
No.
It was fine.
Okay, whatever.
Well, I would say the Model X is
The only nerdy thing that
electric
Amber like.
DeLorean.
We're like, nah, it's not good.
That's not true.
It's not good.
I get nerdy about other
And
things.
that's I guess
I
guess
like
people,
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
like
say,
epic
Gross.
nerd. That's like
Gross.
like
you have to be
You like it because it's
weird. Like,
Disney.
people would consider you
No.
a weeb because you like Final Fantasy.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
I know.
Like I don't mind it. Final Fantasy is fine. It's not my favorite. I might get into 16 though. 16's looking interesting.
Yeah. We'll
Mm.
see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm ready for part 2 of Remake 7.
Yeah, and did you see Intergrade for the PS5?
No, I didn't.
Yes, they've got a side story that goes on in between.
Yeah.
I don't
So
like
that'll
it
be
mostly
interesting.
because of like the names of the game. Part 2 of Game 7 remake.
Well, it's Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2, actually.
Yeah, it is kind of
They've made
ridiculous on
2
the names.
remakes of an old game.
No, they
No,
haven't
they had
remade
to
this one.
split it up
They
because it's such a big
remastered
game.
it
Yeah.
and then originally.
No,
No, they didn't remaster it. No, they remastered 10.
they remade.
That's what I'm
7.
doing. And then now they're remaking 7, which is arguably probably the one that made them the most well known as a franchise, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, because the switch to Sony, I would say
Yeah.
that's the big thing for it.
Yeah, before them they weren't before 7. I mean, they had a following or they wouldn't have made 7 games, but I think their following was more Eastern
Japanese,
culture
yeah.
instead of Western, and I think with 7 that was their big turning point.
Speaking of Western to Eastern to Western, that was a good one. That was a good segue.
It
I
was a
mean,
better segue, yes.
You're
but
ridiculous.
Okay, Well, Amber has noticed something different. I noticed the Tesla move, but Amber noticed the YouTubers move.
Well, Ephraim noticed the YouTubers move
Yeah.
with Matt Pat.
But like most of your YouTubers that you follow have moved out from.
Not most of them.
Well-
Just the one that caught my eye was Sophia Nygaard. And she used to be a BuzzFeed person. Left BuzzFeed with her
right,
now
yeah.
husband. I think he was a part of the BuzzFeed team too. When they left, they got engaged and they started their own channel under Sophia's name. She
Gotcha.
moved during December and New Year's over to. They just wanted to get out of California. They were really isolated. And at the end of her vlog, when she's doing it, she's like, "We've settled in Raleigh." And I'm like, "Oh." And she's like, "And so has Matt Pat and all these other ex California YouTubers." And I'm just like, huh.
The reason
Well, isn't that something?
the reason Matt, Pat, and Stephanie decided to move was so that they could be closer to Stephanie's parents.
Yeah, and then like it's cool because like Matt Pat, now that he's over here, he's shouting out like Harris Teeter and Cookout. Like, dude, for real though, they are such underrated brand. Like Harris Teeter. Okay, let's talk about Harris Teeter for just a second here.
Harris Teeter's based in North Carolina.
Yeah, their subs. Yes, best subs. Ephraim
I
hasn't
got
gotten
you
to try
guys-
them yet.
So
I
can
haven't gotten you haven't
No.
gotten to try one yet?
No, you took me to the beach, remember?
Speaking of Harris Teeter, I know this TikToker named Harris Teeter, and he came through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru line. I'm like, "Do you make TikToks?" That was the first time I ever met a TikToker in
How
person.
popular is this guy?
He has like 200 followers.
Oh,
200.
out of,
200.
like,
But
sub
like,
1
he was
million
like, "What?
people.
What? I've never been noticed in public. This is so
Wow.
weird." Okay, he
But
makes,
you
like,
ask everybody if they're a TikToker.
Yeah, you
No,
really
no, I
do
don't.
though. No, like
on.
that one time
We were at a
Buffalo.
restaurant at
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings, and our
Yeah.
waitress came up to her, sweetest
probably some
person
of the
ever.
best-
Like,
She looked like a bisexual
She was-
TikToker that I had seen. Okay.
she was sweetest person ever and had
Dude,
the greatest personality.
for
And
real.
like, not even 10 minutes after we sat down, Ephraim goes, "I have a question to ask you." And she's like, "Yeah, what's that?" And she got like down and I'm serious about this question. "Are you a TikToker?" "You don't know how many times I've gotten that," she said.
For
Apparently,
real.
I need to be a TikToker.
She has the personality. She is one of the best waiters I've had the experience of being waited on. I don't know
Yeah,
personally.
yeah. Unfortunately, I can't remember her name. Mom brain, really bad. I don't
can't
know what
either.
these guys' excuse are for that, but
Yeah.
mom brain is seriously an excuse for that for me. But if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, she turned me on to cheese curds and caramel sauce. Let me tell you,
Oh,
get it
yes.
now. I mean, like,
It's so good.
Anytime you go to Buffalo Wild, if you take anything from this podcast away, make sure when you go to Buffalo Wild Wings that you get the cheese curds with the caramel sauce. It tastes exactly like funnel cake.
it's something you would
ridiculous.
never think about, right?
It's,
I mean, like, it was.
really. It's just, and I don't even know how it does it. Like the cheese curd, like it's funnel cake.
Magic.
It's witchcraft.
It's
For
so
real.
magic. It's just
It's
like
crazy.
It's
Mwah.
mwah.
Like,
Yeah, like-
skip the spicy sauce. I mean, the spicy sauce is good too.
Yeah, but
I've always loved the spicy sauce. If I'm gonna get the cheese curds, they're so
yeah.
good. But
the caramel,
Whoa.
man. Yeah, you will have a life. Well, not a life change, but really, like.
It's
mean,
life
that's-
changing.
that's pretty sad that we're talking about food being life changing. Honestly,
But it is life changing because like we don't even know how it turns into funnel cake.
But yeah, I mean,
magic.
North Carolina has to be
I've
one
got
of the best
magic
places to
in
eat.
me.
Like, there's so much good stuff to eat here. First of all, North Carolina barbecue.
Wait.
North Carolina barbecue.
That is true.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, in terms of fast food, you have Cookout. Cookout cannot be beaten for the
No,
price.
No.
I don't
Personally.
like Cookout.
Okay,
What?
no,
For
the,
the
I
price,
used to like
for the
Cookout.
price.
For the Cookout, for the price, Cookout used to be great. Like when I was in college, it's like tanked.
yeah, whatever. What I wanted to say to you, TJ. Oh, and Cookout started saying "my pleasure."
No.
They
Yes,
took
they
that
have.
from
They have.
Chick-fil-A.
They have. Yeah.
But the only thing good at Cookout is like technically they're milkshakes, but it's like soft serve ice cream, and you can put whatever you want in it.
Dude.
They're
And that's the only thing good from Cookout.
For the
their hush
value?
puppies are pretty good too, though.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
value.
they're pretty big. They're like that big, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got the circle ones.
The cheese bites, the shakes, and the what's it called? Whatever you
The
just
Hush
said.
Puppies.
Yeah, the hush puppies. They're the best at Cookout.
So in other words, all the carbs and sugar.
yes, all the carbs and sugar.
But
Yep.
like their quesadillas, they're like this big. They're like
They
2
are
inches.
so thin, but they are
Not
so
2 inches.
tasty. They are tasty. Okay, they are tasty.
Not
Yeah.
like Taco Bell.
Uh,
Nah.
Taco Bells are way more expensive though.
But they are so much better, and they're so much more filling. I had
Fair enough.
three of the quesadillas at a Cookout, and I was still starving.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'll give you that. The quesadillas are not filling.
You used to be able to
what's it
get that
called?
like box meal when I was in college, and
tray?
it would be like filled. I mean, like completely, like barely closing filled for $5
Yeah,
with a drink.
I'll give you that.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like $7, and you get a half
A
filled
half filled tray.
tray. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, it might be okay food. I like the company, but let me tell you, the best place I've ever been to eat. Well, just in general, the city of Asheville. Take a trip to the mountains.
Yes, please.
Everything I ever tasted and put in my mouth in Asheville, North Carolina, was the best thing I have ever put in my mouth.
Yes. Like
Mm.
no debate. No debate. Asheville is one of the best places to eat on earth. I would
Poor
I would
Ephraim is very bored during this podcast. He
Yes.
is sitting here trying to make
It's 'cause
faces
I
at the
haven't-
camera.
I haven't like been to any of these places because
Dude.
TJ can drive, Amber can drive, and I am just sitting here.
Okay. By the time this is uploaded, you can drive.
Yeah,
though.
but he still doesn't have those experiences.
yeah.
He
right
will. He
now.
will. Okay, when you go in June, you have to make sure you get off to Asheville,
You know,
or at
I
least
can,
get some places
Yeah,
in
I
Boone.
still won't
seriously.
be able to
Boone-
drive.
Yes, you will.
No, Dad won't let. I still have to ride with someone. Dad's like, you have to leave your car here. I'll go and I'll take you there and I'll drop you off.
I'll
and then
take
you'll
you
have
there
to get
pretty
ride.
much. I'll be up there that week.
Yeah, we can go up one weekend and we can take
Yes.
you to Asheville. I think that's a
Okay.
good
We'll
idea.
go the week of 4th of July because we are all off. There's nothing going on that week.
Are you gonna
up
bring
at
my
camp.
truck? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm
we
gonna-
can- Well,
okay.
no, because Amber can't fit in the truck.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, you'll come up with Randy and Hadassah though too. At that point, you could come up with. We can make
That's
it
a
a
lot
It
of
might just
gas.
be me and Hattie, but I
Okay.
do want to go to Asheville.
That's a
I
lot
want to
of
go to
gas.
Asheville like
Randy
nobody's
won't-
business.
Randy
Yes.
won't be off for July 4th.
I don't know.
That's a weekend. That happened actually. July 4th is on Sunday this week.
Oh, is
this
it?
year? Yeah. So it's on Sunday. So that week, the week after, the week following, there's no campers at what's it called? Or at least as far as I understand, there's
TVR.
no campers at TVR. Yeah, which is the place we're gonna go. So when June comes around, you're gonna see us doing podcast over what's it called? Because
Well,
Ephraim will be.
we hadn't decided how we're gonna do it quite yet.
Oh, that's true. But I think we're gonna end up doing it over phone.
Well, we
or
talked
over
about
something
doing
that.
like record ahead and having multiple episodes ready to go, so we didn't have to do that. I
We'll
don't know.
see.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
we'll see when it comes to it. So, but yeah, Asheville is one of the best places to eat. Like, it's not even funny how good it is up there.
Everything that I ate there was amazing.
For real. Like, and then locally, talking locally, we have
Bojangles.
Bojangles is
Is
everywhere
another
in the
North
South.
Carolina actually based company, I believe.
Yeah, but they are all
Chick-fil-A.
over the South. Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A
is
doesn't go past.
not
No, it really doesn't go past the South.
I mean,
well. Fair enough
they're-
on that, but
I do remember one of the other YouTubers I watched talking about how one went into a mall near them. I think I could be really wrong. I don't know.
I want to
I
go to
think
the
they go up
original
as
Chick-fil-A.
It was
far
the
as-
LeBrant family.
I think
don't
that
really
it goes
watch
up
them
as far
anymore.
as DC. Yeah, I think Bojangles. That's about as far as they go up north.
Yeah, they
I-
don't go up very far north at all.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chick-fil-A, I really, 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 really want to go to the original Truett Chick-fil-A because they have
Where
like
is that?
the best fries. I think it's in California. I don't know.
What? No, they're not based
I
out of
think hold
California.
on,
They're
let me
based out
look.
of the east somewhere.
No,
But-
I don't know that they are. I really
I
don't
thought they
know.
were. Anyway, the local stuff, like, okay. There's two places. I know that everyone can agree on Pick and Pig. Pick and Pig is something that started up locally.
I really like Ashley. Let me leave it at that.
Oh.
Their food is not my favorite anymore. I like Ashley as a person,
Yeah.
but they are renowned. Like they've got a very big following to the name, both regionally and nationally. Actually,
Yeah,
now, I
because
mean, they are really well known.
they literally have an airport flowing. Like they have an airport right next to the restaurant.
They
Like
don't
you
own
can,
that though. That's
yeah,
just
they
Carthage
don't own
Airport.
that, but you can fly into the place to get brisket.
It's in
Now,
Georgia.
I love their brisket.
So technically, it's called Truett's Grill, and it's in Georgia.
Truett's Grill, and that's
That's the guy's
That's the
last
owner's
name.
name, right? Oh,
Oh
okay.
no, that's his first name.
I
So
was gonna
it's
say, I
Truett
thought
Cathy.
Truett. Yeah, that's right. The Cathys.
so. Wait, so that guy started Chick-fil-A,
Mm-hmm.
and then when did Chick-fil-A?
Wasn't it the
I don't know when
60s?
it changed. Yeah.
I think they started in
Nine.
the 60s.
No, 1946 or 49.
Ephraim has to know
lot
all these
earlier.
things as an
Yeah,
employee.
I had
Yeah,
to.
don't,
This was
isn't
part
that
of
what you
our.
have to be a
This was
SME for?
no.
Isn't that...
This was part of our starting to work
New
at
hire.
Chick-fil-A. It was new
Yeah,
hire information.
Gotcha. Oh, I
So
thought that
so
was
give us
SME
a
stuff.
fun fact of Chick-fil-A that you had to learn.
Yeah, let's hear a
Ooh.
fun fact.
So blue mops are used for the front of house, red mops are used for the kitchen, and green mops are used for the kitchen. All right, wait.
The bathrooms?
Oh, reds for the I said that wrong. Reds for the bathrooms, greens for the kitchen.
He really does
Gosh.
know his stuff. Don't mark him down on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I just
He's
learned how to
giving out
scrub
all
the
the
floors
secrets.
yesterday.
Yeah, he's giving out all the secrets.
That was I scrubbed the floor for the first
Oh.
time just yesterday. So
Gosh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's great.
that's...
Hey,
yeah.
at least you don't have guests in house right now, right?
Yeah.
Right. So technically, right now we're only scrubbing the kitchen because that's where all the footsteps and stuff is. But we always sweep in the dining room, so don't worry about that.
I'm sure that it gets mopped every once in a while because of the in
Yeah.
and out, but not the same way like
Yeah.
it normally does.
Like not scrubbed.
It probably only gets washed once a day. Probably at the end of the day, whoever's closing probably does it.
Maybe I don't work closing shift. I always work opening, or I don't work opening. I work like lunch
Mid
rest.
morning and lunch rush.
I'll tell you, as an introvert, I love curbside. Like, no matter what the business is. Personally, as working in the animal hospital, I prefer curbside service over
I do
in-house
agree,
service.
and I think that it would be a good business model to kind of keep around because right now Chick-fil-A is doing that and drive-through only,
Oh, yeah.
but they only do it. Ephraim's Chick-fil-A only does it for a certain amount of
11
time.
to 2.
And
Yeah.
there's
now.
always going to
Well, that's
be...
because okay. The reason that we do that is because it's makes us really busy, and we don't have a ton of employees at the moment. So
Yeah.
we're
I know.
technically we're supposed to have 25,
Nobody wants to work.
Unfortunately, the truth.
Yeah.
25 people are supposed to be on shift, but we usually have like 20 to 23,
And that
Yeah,
includes
same
like,
problem.
and that's only during lunch rush.
and that includes like kitchen staff, and that includes like
No,
everybody.
that's only front
Yeah.
of house.
Oh, only front of house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so we
like...
have to have one cash cart, 2 sequencers is what it's supposed to be, 4 iPads, 2 runners, 2 baggers or 4 baggers, I don't remember, a drink, a dessert, a front counter drink, a condiments, and a window, and then 2 runners, maybe 3 runners.
So how many people touch your bag before it gets to you?
So it touches the bagger. Sometimes it's both baggers.
So the cook, the bagger.
The cook, the bagger. Well, sometimes it's 3 different cooks. So we have different.
We'll
for
just say
front-
one cook.
One cook.
Yeah.
And the bagger, the condiments, the window, and then the expo.
So 5.
5 hands.
I mean,
That's not...
essentially.
Yeah.
Well, and I
Like
mean,
5
they take...
stations. We'll put it that way.
I
Yeah.
imagine
And
they
sometimes
each take precautions too.
Sometimes there isn't a condiments, and it's the bagger putting in the condiments, and other times it's the window putting in the condiments, and sometimes the bagger is on the window as well. So
Interesting.
it all depends.
Yeah. I mean,
At my Chick-fil-A specifically.
You're right.
and-
Right.
and you know, like just in general, like you just don't have enough people. Like we had to, it's getting so bad at the animal hospital that we have to cut back our walk-in hours. Like we let people come in without
heard
an
that.
appointment. We moved it from like 2 hours to 1 hour for in the morning and the afternoon because we just can't hire enough techs. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. I wish that we could because Uncle Tim's been talking about expanding the building and moving it to like 8 rooms and 2 surgeries. That would be awesome, but we just can't hire the people.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah, but kind of where I was going with that is you were talking about how much you like curbside. You know, McDonald's still has 2 curbside spots. I wish that at least when everything's moved a little bit back to normal, that there's still that option, like at
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A or whatever. Like that.
Curbside, yeah, curbside is kind of like
know.
for those people, because I mean, even when we come out of the pandemic, there's going to be a minority that want to keep with the social distancing
That's why-
stuff.
Oh, I
Well,
don't
that's-
care about social
Yeah,
distancing
but, like, the
personally. I mean, I
introvert-
do, but I don't.
For me personally, curbside is awesome because I'm an introvert. I don't like interacting with people.
In California, there's this guy that's building 2 Taco Bells that are drive-through only.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're using the things that the banks do, where they put it in the chute and then it comes down to you.
Oh
I
my
like
word,
that. I
that's
need
cool.
that.
And so there is
So-
0 human contact.
And then there's the Beast Burger too. Mr. Beast is
He's a
doing that
ghost
because
kitchen.
yeah, I was
and
gonna
that's
say he's
still through Uber and
Yeah,
Mr.
it's, like,
Drive
Beast,
completely-
the YouTuber.
Yeah.
he has the
Look,
Beast Burger.
Look.
It's made by other so when we say ghost kitchen, they make the burgers at like another establishment. So like they would send
It's a white screen.
like
That's
worst
right.
case scenario, they would send it like to just let's say McDonald's, and McDonald's would make it with the ingredients that they provide to them.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a really interesting business model, but hey, I mean if it works, it works. It's an interesting way to do it. When
So
they say ghost
so
kitchen.
another fast food restaurant makes the burger. They send it through an Uber Eats to get delivered to
Or
you.
yeah, another service of some kind. Yeah.
What's
And so you have to pay the restaurant that made it. You have to pay Mr. Beast. You have to pay the Uber. How expensive is this burger?
Good question.
Chuck E. Cheese does it too.
I really don't know how expensive are Beast Burgers, Ephraim.
I don't know. I wasn't able to pull it up because I haven't made it.
I would imagine like $7 or $8 because at that point,
Some of them
At
have
minimum.
fries on the burger. It's really fun.
yeah, geez, that is
Menu.
crazy how expensive that has to be for that business model.
I
But
might
the
know.
other,
Okay, Mr.
there's-
Beast is located here in North Carolina. So essentially, if you put in some sort of North Carolina zip code, hopefully you'd be able to find something that you could
for
order.
real, yeah, I wish.
Well, he's in South Carolina right now.
yeah, I was
he's
gonna
in South
say,
Carolina right now.
I think he lives in South Carolina right now.
We weren't able to find any
The
locations
only-
near you.
Of
the
course not.
only, the only other restaurant in Carthage I would consider that's homegrown. It's Ronnie's Chuck Wagon.
I
about Steve's
love
Pizza?
Chuck Wagon.
Really?
I
didn't think-
love Chuck
Oh,
Wagon.
I'm thinking of Mom. I don't know why I thought of.
Mom liked
was-
Chuck Wagon.
No,
No,
no.
Mom hates
She
the
got
chili.
so sick with you on Chuck Wagon that she like
Yes.
literally didn't eat it again for 11 years. Like I think it was from the time like she had a pregnancy craving and went there and got it and got so sick. She said that she wouldn't touch it and she really didn't for literally
Yes,
like 11
it's
years
crazy.
with your pregnancy.
It's crazy, yeah. And then the chili. So the first time in 11 plus years that she ate Chuck Wagon was with. She told me that this time was her first time. She said, "Oh, I want to go to Chuck Wagon one night," and I was like, it was like a year ago now, and I was like, I just died laughing on the phone, and she was like, "TJ, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "You hate Chuck Wagon. Why are you going to Chuck Wagon?" Because
Hey.
it's like crazy because she asked.
Real quick side note, the closest Beast Burger that we can get is in Liberty.
Really?
Yeah, so over by it's gonna be like an hour away from here.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
technically,
Is that
technically,
is that the delivery one?
I
or
don't
is it
know.
That's probably the location because he only had.
technically, Fayetteville and Greensboro are also within an hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
And
I
most
could-
of them are ghost kitchens.
I could see justifying going up to Greensboro, but like, how
Even
mu- I
Liberty's
mean,
not too
even-
bad. I mean, there's their locations.
But how expensive would it be? That's the
I
issue.
want to know that too.
Yeah. Oh, there is Steve's Pizza. I really like this. I know that it's an unpopular opinion. I like their pizza.
Ooh, we
I
could
like
get it when
Steve's
we go to
Pizza.
Jordan Lake because there's one in Hope Mills.
That's true. Ooh.
I think we need to have a podcast of trying a Mr. Beast burger.
Yes, and just in general, I think that that's something that's big uniting us too. Like we talk about all the things that unite us. It's definitely food. Some foods definitely unite us.
Yeah.
I asked.
We're gonna have
I-
to
no, hold
record
on,
that later when we do that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. We want to talk about foods uniting us. I asked in our group chat what you guys would like for my birthday Monday
It's
dinner.
your birthday.
When I mentioned
Only
something,
you.
when I mentioned something, Amber went, ugh.
No, she
And
did
rolled
not.
her
I did
eyes.
at
Oh.
at last week's Monday night dinner.
So-
Oh,
'Cause
well,
he's
I
like-
wasn't there.
He's
so.
like,
Spaghetti.
we can have
It is my-
spaghetti, and
It
I'm
is
like,
favorite food, and it's so easy to make.
Spaghetti's your favorite food?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oops.
I hate cooked tomatoes. Like, I don't like pizza because of that. Like, literally, I order pizza without tomato sauce on it. I mean, I hate
But white
tomatoes.
sauce
But
pizza's
honestly,
good.
I don't like white sauce pizza either. Evo all the way. Extra virgin olive oil with garlic as a base is my very favorite. But anyway, Ephraim, it's your day. If your favorite food is spaghetti, I don't eat it. So it's okay that I eat it then because I can.
Zoodles.
No, it has nothing. Oh, are you really gonna have mom make zoodle?
I love zoodles. They're so good too.
Oh my word.
I like
You
zoodles
could have
without the
shepherd's
tomato
pie.
sauce.
No,
Ew,
shepherd's
that's
pie
yours.
is disgusting.
I'm saying that
We
jokingly.
had shepherd's pie for your birthday.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
completely disgusting. I
Okay.
almost couldn't eat it. I really hate it. It is so
But
gross.
you get tater tots.
Congratulations,
Come on
Mom.
now.
You're learning that your boys hate each other's. Well, your
No,
daughter hates.
You hate spaghetti.
But I'll eat it.
I love spaghetti, but it's not my favorite.
I'll eat it because I don't
What a-
eat it often. I
Oh,
only
and
eat it
she-
every once in a
She
while.
rolled her eyes at a ribeye steak as well.
Goodness.
I said that and she's like, "Ugh."
No, so there was a difference in that. That's a lot of people to feed ribeye steaks to. That's all I'm saying.
I would pay
This
for
is
it.
true.
You don't need to pay for
I
your
have a
birthday.
paycheck.
You don't
I
need
can-
to pay for your birthday dinner.
Dad pays for his birthday dinner.
We could
Mom
always
pays for
all
her
get
birthday dinner.
We could get 20-ounce steaks. Yeah.
Whatever.
What? You want to do what you want to do, bud. Go do what you want to do.
Why not? Ooh,
All I
Mexican.
Oh my gosh. I love Mexican.
That would
We
be
could do
good.
that.
That would be good. We
okay.
could all make something Mexican. But anyway, we need to start closing the show down because it's like 40 minutes in.
I
So
have to
And
go change soon.
Ephraim has to leave in 15 minutes for work. So
yeah, and I don't even think he's starting to get dressed.
and
so-
this was a
I'm
really.
sitting right here. Does it look like I've changed?
no.
Do we see it? Nope.
No,
No, we
no.
don't see anything. No
It
name
is.
tag.
It is like not even the color. I was gonna say
It's,
it looks like
it's
the color,
a
but kinda.
burgundy-ish, but
Yeah,
no.
not
No, my
really.
shirt's bright red.
Oh, that's true.
You know why? The
Chick-fil-A.
psychology of colors.
Yes.
Well, no.
That's what we could have talked about
Next
today.
episode.
Dun,
Well,
dun,
you
dun.
you have next episode. We should definitely
well,
talk about the psychology of things. Like
at our specific
DID.
Chick-fil-A, I'm gonna talk about this again. The SMEs wear the like white and blue shirts, and then the managers get to wear whatever shirt they want.
okay, give us a quick
Ah.
explanation about the levels, like SME and everything like that, for
Okay,
all the audience that doesn't
so-
know.
The new hires and the certified team members both wear the red shirts. It has like it's made out of the 18 bottles, and then the SMEs wear the blue and white shirts, and they're
And
just
who are the SMEs?
we don't actually. Matthew is our only SME now.
No,
The-
I'm not saying. I'm not
Yeah.
asking at your Chick-fil-A who they are. I'm like, what is their job role? Why do they need to
Oh.
be differentiated?
Just because that's what Kelly wanted.
Well,
Kelly's
they-
our owner.
They understand things a lot better than anything
They
anyone
understand
else, right?
know things.
So the reason that they're SMEs is that they don't have to ask help as much as like the CTMs or the new hires, and
So they're more knowledgeable in their job, essentially.
right. So they're basically like a manager without having manager
Managerial
privileges.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's who you ask most help from, but without going to
Get
the
your
managers.
guidance that you don't need like approval on. Like you
Right.
forgot something and you go to a SME and get your
Right.
guidance.
Yeah,
So
right.
the managers are usually on bagging, just because we used to have problems with that, so we moved it specifically to managers, and most of the time they're on cash cart, specifically for money, and then the SMEs are doing other things that are
Would be mixed in kind of
Yeah.
with the new hires and the certified members, right? Because
Right.
that way they're more available.
Yeah.
and then on iPads to watch over everything, we have one or two SMEs out there, sometimes a manager, and then our other technically managers or officers, like Sally, Brooke, Kevin, and the new one, Nicole. Technically, Kevin and Nicole are both new. They're usually talking about what we can do to improve at a table inside, and then Sally does the new hires, and it's just a whole shebang.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
Little insight into Chick-fil-A.
yeah. So to close the show, we're trying to come up with a segment that's going to stick, and you'll see us develop that over time. We'll have something that sticks. But for today, we're each going to give a random fact. Doesn't matter what. I'll start, and we'll work our way down so Amber can think about it. And I'm just going to start off by saying
He doesn't
You
even
don't
know what
even
he's gonna
have
I
say.
don't
one.
even have one.
All right, so
Um,
my random fact is that I used to try and write a comedy, and when I tried to write the comedy, I failed miserably, but then the jokes came out to work for a comedy show instead of like a comedy or like a comedy.
act.
So it was more of a comedy show than a comedy skit, and so like the jokes worked separately but not together. So that was fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've done a handful of you need to do another one. I think you would do
Mhm.
good now to do another one because you do one every other year, I think.
Mhm.
I think you would do good. I think it would be good for you.
And TJ's
Um,
fact.
My fact, I would highly recommend that you guys look into VR as it's getting a lot cheaper. I get it. I get it. Most of these people think I'm weird
That's
because
so
I
not
like
a random
VR.
fact.
Well, Oculus Quest 2 is $300.
Woo!
Yeah.
Amber, what's your random fact?
No. Yeah.
Is that what this was supposed to be? Making sure it's that it
Yep.
was a
Well, I
random
mean, in
fact,
your
right?
field,
Yep.
yeah, in your
Yep.
field or whatever.
Yep. Mhm.
Um,
Whether it be psychology, maybe a psychology fact of some kind. Goodness, that was a really bad burp.
You're gross. You are
That was a
so
really-
gross.
I was
Right into the
laughing.
microphone too. I mean,
Yeah,
like
I was
you didn't even say
laughing.
excuse me.
I couldn't. Excuse me. I couldn't.
random
I couldn't help
fact
it.
is that the Adobe Suite is really expensive.
Ridiculous. Did you see they got lit up on Twitter today?
Oh, did they?
Or
For
not
what?
today, but this week because of how expensive it is.
They're getting. I mean, they're
And they
getting
crash
ridiculous.
all the time. It's like not even like
Oh, I've never had
Oh,
stability issues with it.
really. I've known
Yeah.
a lot of people who have like they're almost done editing a
Yeah,
video
just
and then
wouldn't-
it crash.
What's your
Well,
recommended
guess
suite
what?
then? What's
That
your recommended
means
You do
suite then?
Photoshop.
Save.
So what's your recommended suite then instead of Adobe? If there's what's your alternative
Oh,
suite?
so I like the Serif suite. So Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo. They have Affinity Editor, I believe, which I really like, but that's all design stuff. So
Well, there you go.
I don't know if they have a video equivalent or not.
There's a lot of cheap video editors. Actually, I would recommend. There's actually a great app on if you can afford it. It's $30 if you're looking into getting video editing. It's called LumaFusion. It is an incredible video editor. I wouldn't say it's necessarily Final Cut Pro level, but yeah, if you're looking for a video editor and you have an iPad, definitely would recommend LumaFusion. There's my random fact.
All
So,
right.
That's good.
All right.
That's where we're going to end it off. I am TJ,
I'm Ephraim.
I'm Amber.
and we have been the Blondies.
Hope
We
you guys have a
have
blessed
been.
day.
We have been the Blondies. We are the Blondies, but we have been the Blondies.
All right, y'all.
Have a blessed day and good night.
Peace
Cheers.
out.
Bye, guys.